Welcome back, peeps. As you can see, I'm recording myself today. I don't usually do this because there's not generally a point. I mean, most of my Homy Talks videos are more for just listening to the audio rather than the pictures. Game recommendations, the pictures are there so you kind of know what it looks like, and I leave links as possible. But this video, I have to record myself because it's necessary for the topic discussions, which is, of course, going to piss people off. But I'm annoyed with this because first of all, it's 2016, and all kinds of nonsense should have stopped a long fucking time ago. This is gonna be talking about how say I like games and anime, for example. I mean, I like them so much that it's literally pretty much the only thing besides a couple human beings on the earth that I give a remote shit about. And there are people out there who are afraid to admit or ashamed to admit that they like their hobby, the games, anime, pretty much things that are not considered mainstream, I suppose, because of the way some or many people act. I'll go with some within a whole ratio of the human race compared and the amount of people that are gamers and stuff. And they don't want to tell people that because then they'll be judged negatively. There are lots of problems with this. First of all, no matter even if they know nothing about you, say I go outside right now and I walk down the street and I see some girl walking her dog and I say hi or something. She'll look at me and she'll make an assessment of me based on what I'm wearing, my body weight, my gender, my skin color, my language, any information she can get from looking at my appearance. And whether it's good or bad, personally, I don't care. I'm happy with myself. Well, yes, there's things I would like to be better, but I don't. Let's get to the. Let's just say I'm overweight. I'm like around 260 pounds, and I would like to be lighter. It's not muscle. I don't exercise. I should, but the reason I don't exercise has absolutely nothing to do with my hobbies. It's not games or anime's fault that I'm overweight or weaker than I should be for my height and weight. It's that it's the lifestyle that I choose. And people like associate hobbies with that. Like, oh, I mean, all anime people are closet dreams. They people that hang out and live with their mother. I'm gonna get this out of the way. Yes, I live with my mother. I moved out for a while, and my the financial problems. Think the hours getting cut at my job left me with absolutely no choice but to move in with my mother. Otherwise, well, I'd be homeless, and frankly, I would rather live with somebody than be homeless. So if that makes me a loser in some people's eyes, I really don't care. Because I'm able to live a normal life rather than be out in the streets and have nothing. Because my job sucks. And another thing about being ashamed, I mean, if you think about this, you say games or anime, for example. In terms of enjoying them, just the simple matter of enjoying them, like I pick up a controller and I'm just playing at home. You know what? That's not hurting the person next door or starving a kid in a third world country. That's just enjoying my life, okay? But you have religion, which somebody said, apparently, well, according to the statistics, there are 7+ billion human beings alive in the world today, and 2 point someone said 2.1 billion of them are Christians. I guess I could assume that's true. Whether they, how different, how the levels of their belief. I mean, who actually follows the Bible? Because I don't even think the Pope does. Because anybody who with some intelligence, follows those atheist channels, and they point out the fucked up verses in the Bible and then whatnot. But the point, getting to the point of shame is that a extremely large percentage of people in the world apparently support this belief, and it's not perfect. In fact, it has morbid things. No, the whole concept of being a slave to a fictional being, believing in a fictional being based on faith, who is a mass murdering psychopath who believes in slavery and any other more immoral thing you could think of, despite what the commandments say. It's in the Bible. People proudly admit that. People proudly support that with smiles on their faces, saying this is great, this is wonderful. You're gonna suffer and burn for fucking eternity if you don't. And they proudly, I can't stress that enough, say that to people. So I saw a couple videos. I'm not gonna say who. Within the past couple days, about this, about being ashamed to be part of um a community which doesn't in no I'll say a medium that doesn't harmfully affect other people's, whether it's ideas or anything. Yes, there are a lot of people who are immature, but that has absolutely nothing to do with what their hobbies are. Let me be completely blunt. I think the majority of humans on the planet are stupid. It's 2016. We have the internet. People still post stupid comments asking how to do something, which you could literally go to a Google search engine and find it within seconds. The information they want to know, and then they post it on like forums or YouTube channels or places where it just doesn't make sense to do so, rather than the search engine. People are The majority of people are stupid in general. Like even scientists, no, we'll say doctors. Like a doctor, I've seen lots of doctors. When you go to the hospital, and they don't know everything about the human body, let alone like things outside of their field. They still go to computers and their books and they look up. They have several doctors diagnose your problem, because even though it's within their field of a doctor to heal people, they don't know everything. And I kind of forgot where I was going with that, honestly. I'm sorry. But point is, like, I'm not perfect, okay? I have flaws. I'm a morbid person. Some of my beliefs do are in the minority, and I realize that. I don't really have much of a choice but to accept that. I don't really care if people don't like it or they do agree with me. Good for them. But I suppose I'll end the video with um I don't like tags. I have absolutely no shame that I play games, watch anime, but I take offense to assholes that go around calling people weeboos, or maybe not an asshole level, but gamers. Like, I'm not a gamer. I'm a person who plays games. I'm a person who watches anime. Okay? I don't need labels. And by the way, most while we're on that topic, most people they don't even use the word weeaboo correctly. They use it as an insult, but it's funny because they always use it out of context. They don't know what it means. And so while we get onto that, a weeaboo is a person who is not Japanese who pretends to be Japanese. You know, like if I was to be like, "Hey, how's it going, Yoneji Desaka?" Said in mixing English and Japanese in a kind of like corny kind of way. It doesn't make sense. You speak one or the other. I mean, that's proper communication. That is a weeboo. Like a person who is not Japanese, who tries to pretend to be Japanese. Okay, a weeboo is not a person who loves anime to any degree. Even if I had freaking body pillows, which I don't. It's my sandwich that I'm eating. My thing that keeps the sun out because it glares and hard to see the TV screen and stuff. Some food for various reasons, you know. There's not enough storage space in the cabinets, and I don't really care if the food's there or not, so whatever. But yeah, I don't have any posters and stuff. But even if I did, I'm not a weeboo. So yeah, there's that. Okay. Fixing the camera's a pain. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. That people who people who have hobbies, especially if they don't harm other directly harm other people in the act of engaging in a hobby, should never be ashamed of themselves. They should never be afraid to tell other people about it. They should, you know what? They can do what they want, but I am still going to look down on it because I find it morally wrong to do so. Regardless of what you think of that. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good day as usual. I hope making a complete jackass of myself has inspired you to say fuck what people think. And don't be afraid to publicly show people who you are and what you love, because that's you. And it is a really depressing thing. It's really depressing when somebody is afraid to be true to themselves. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.